Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about Living Coral. That is the Pantone Color of the Year for 2019. Now I do have to give credit where credit is due. This video is 100% inspired by / stolen from Paula over at A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. I'm going to link her video up here, and she's also going to be linked down in the description box. Please go and check her video out. Some of the items that she mentions in her video I also have in my collection, but I have omitted them from this video. So if you want to see more examples of Living Coral shades that you might already have in your collection, be sure to check her video out. Now, without further ado, let's do this. So I have to admit, when I first heard that coral was going to be the color of the year, my immediate reaction was like, poo, I don't like coral. And I have no idea why I thought that, because I do like coral. I really like coral. I think it's a beautiful, fun, summery, gorgeous shade. So I don't know why I initially was like, meh. I'm mystified by myself sometimes. So I am going to steal one more of Paula's ideas and stick the picture up here that Pantone used when announcing the color. As you can see, coral is just this vibrant, fun, warm, beautiful color, really. And again, I don't know why I thought I didn't like it, because I really do. And it's just this beautiful mix of pink and orange. I wouldn't say that it leans too far either way, it's just this perfect balance. Now, in going through my collection to pull some coral items to show you, after a while they all start kind of looking the same, so some of the items that I have before me may be a little bit too orange or maybe a little bit too pink, but after a while I just kind of got colorblind to it all, so I'm hoping that they're all truly coral, but if they're not, you can correct me if you feel so inclined. So the point of Paula's video, and therefore the point of my video, is really to sort of cut the consumerism off at the pass, because it is almost inevitable that we are going to be seeing a ton of coral shades hitting the market, particularly as spring and summer launches are released. And really, when I sat down to go through my collection, I did not think I was going to pull nearly as many items as I did. Again, because for some reason I thought I didn't like coral and just really wasn't aware of how much I actually had. Excuse me, this cough is just permanent at this point. I'm never going to get rid of it. So, going through this exercise of looking through my collection and really determining just how much coral I already have gives me, at any rate, a very clear indication that I don't need to get sucked into buying any more. I have more than enough. Sorry, Bennett just woke up and I can hear him on the monitor. Hopefully he's going to be happy for the next 10 minutes. We'll see. I'm home alone with him, so we'll see. If he gets upset, I'll pause this and I'll come back and finish. So, now we're on a time crunch. Let's go through. So I have eyeshadows, I have blushes, and I have lip products. A lot of them I am wearing right here on my face, plus some teal underneath, because teal is the complementary shade to coral if you're looking at like a color theory wheel. Let's dive into it. I'm going to start off with cheek products simply because they're right in front of me right now. So one that I have is from Milani. This is Coral Cove, shade number 5. I can't open it. This is embarrassing. Why can't I open it? Oh, because that's the wrong side. You're a dumbass, Kara. There we go. So there is the shade there. Another coral blush that I have is from Benefit, and this is California. There is the shade in here. And there it is there. So this one tends to be a little bit more on the orange side, but still very beautiful. Another one is from Blush Tribe, and this is Serafina. A little bit deeper of a shade. And I have a trio from City Color, yes. And it's this shade right here, wow, I can't speak. It's this shade right here that I'm talking about, and this is the shade Guava. And there it is there. Slightly dustier option, but this is from Urban Decay. It's one of their trios in the shade Streak, and there is the color there. And then finally for cheek products, go into the Shiny Pretty face palette from MAC, and this one right there, obviously, the only coral one that's in there. And there it is. So just going through that little exercise, I know I don't need to buy any coral blushes that may hit the market coming soon because I have more than I need, very clearly. Okay, and now we're going to move on to eyeshadows. So one lives in the Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star, and it's more like an electric coral. It's this shade right here called Prick, and I do have this on my eyes today. I honestly couldn't tell you exactly what I have on my eyes because I have like 7 shades. But there is Prick. It's a deeper coral, but I think it still qualifies. It just looks like a deep coral to me. Moving over to Drugstore, there's the CoverGirl palette in Peach Punch, and the shade that's pretty much right in the middle right here is a really nice corally option. Definitely not as loud as the one from Jeffree Star. This is a custom palette that I made from Onslaught, and it's this shade right here, which is number 330, that I think looks fairly corally. Again, after a while they all kind of start looking the same to me and I can't really tell the distinction, but I think it qualifies. Flamingo palette from Violet Voss. It actually has a shade called Coral in it, and it's this shade right here. Back to Jeffree Star again. There are 2 shades in his Thirsty palette that are corally. This one might be a little bit more pink, but this one's more, I think, true coral over here, but I'll swatch both of them just for the giggles. Oh, I forgot how terrible I am at swatching. So counterintuitive to me that I have to like swatch on the side of my arm in order to be able to show it. Now this was one that like I hemmed and hawed because I wasn't quite sure, honestly, if it's actually coral or not, but it's this shade right here in the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and it's called Still Shot. I think it's coral. I think it is. It might be a little bit more orange than a true coral would be, or a little bit more on the pastel side. Regardless, it is a pretty color. And then turning to the Sultry palette, there is that one pop of color shade there called Bloom. Again, it might be a little pink for, can you tell I'm not super confident in terms of picking coral shades? Okay. It's definitely a richer tone than most of the other ones that I've swatched. But again, still very pretty, and I think it does fall right in nicely with the other line up there. I could go like this. So awkward. And then to round out the eyeshadows, I looked at, oh no, I have 2 singles. Hold that thought, never mind. We're not quite done with the matte ones yet. So I have Poppy from Makeup Geek, and I have Lockbridge from Suva Beauty. So I will swatch these. I'm just going to swatch on the back of my hand because we're running out of real estate on my arm. So here is Poppy from Makeup Geek and then Lockbridge from Suva Beauty. Okay, so then I looked for shimmery shadows as well. I found one in the I Love You So Mochi from NYX, and I have that on my inner corner and as a brow highlight today. And these ones don't have shade names, but it's this one right here. It's just a very light color. And then this one, it's not quite coral, but when it hits the light, it's got a nice mixture of pink and orange. It's really not corally, but it's from the Cranberry palette. It's this shade in the middle, and I'm including it because I wanted something shiny on my lids and I used it, so here we go. So there is the one from NYX, and then this is the one from Natasha Denona. So not truly a coral, but it does have a pink shift to it and orange, so it's a mix of the two, so I'm calling it coral, even though I know it's not. Just cut me some slack. All right. I'm gonna wash my arm off, and then we'll do lipsticks. BRB. All right, so I have pre-swatched the lipsticks so that we don't run into the same disaster as we did with the eyeshadows. So I have them all on my arm here. We'll start here and work our way to the other end. So this one here is from a brand called Annabelle, and it is in the shade Mouthy Kiss, which I just think is such a cute little name. The one beside it is the one that I have on my lips currently. This is from Lime Crime, and it is in the shade Suede Berry. This is one of their like OG shades, and it really is beautiful. The one beside it runs a little bit more on the pink side. It's from Jeffree Star in the shade 818. Next to that one over here is an ultra blotted lip from ColourPop in the shade Out of Beach. And I really like the blotted lips. Like, I really like how they're still matte, but they're very subtle about it. I don't know how to describe it. I really like the effect of them. So these are ones from ColourPop that I really do enjoy the finish of. This shade right here is from Sephora, and it is one of their cream lip stains in 09. On the website they actually have names, but on the bottle or tube they don't, so 09 is the best that I can do for you, unfortunately. Right next to the one from Sephora, right here is from Tom Ford, and this is in the shade True Coral. It's just a little mini lipstick that I got from Sephora once upon a time. Over here, it is quite sheer, but it's from e.l.f. It is one of their nameless products. It doesn't have a name on it. It's like a lip oil, and this one is in the shade Coral Kiss. And it just gives a little bit of something while still being very sheer and subtle about it. But I really do like these lip oils. They are very nourishing on the lips, and again, they offer a little bit of color, but nothing over the top. And then finally at the end here is a lip pencil, which I did use today, and it is from Buxom. It is one of their plump line lip liners in the shade Intrigue. And these are kind of cool because you have the pencil on one end, and then there's a little brush on the other, so you can sort of smooth it out and just wear it on its own if you want, or again, you can wear it under other lip products. So there we have it. I'm sorry that I rushed through this, especially the eyeshadow part. Bennett is still awake. I can hear him on the monitor. He has had one hell of a day. He had to have blood work done today, immediately followed by an ultrasound. This poor baby cried so much, like so much, but at least I was able to lie down on the table with him while he had his ultrasound done and try to distract him, but he was very much out of sorts, so he really needed this nap, and now I'm going to go upstairs and cuddle my baby for the rest of the afternoon because I'm home from work to be with him. So I am going to wrap it up here. I encourage you, before you go out and get sucked into what is bound to be the coral hype, take a look at your collection, open up the palettes, really see what you have, because I bet you're probably going to be as surprised as I was at how much coral is lurking in there already. And again, don't forget to go check out Paula's video because she mentions other palettes and other products as well. And she's also awesome, so you need her in your life, trust me. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.